man.
Nailed it. Aced it. Oh, shit. Smooth as butter. Absolutely. Bong, bong.
Nice.
Welcome to the show. Apex was here joining us briefly before he had to cut out because of technical difficulties, but I'm sure he will be back momentarily. Technical difficulties. It's something. Something.
I think we've got one of those. Yeah, there it is.
There you go.
Oh, beautiful.
Well, look at that. He's back.
Hey, yeah, now I can hear you guys a lot better. It was really choppy.
Hey.
Perfect.
Parfait. Welcome everybody to the Bodycast. This is the official podcast for the subreddit r/rap battles. I'm Copacetic, and today with me an esteemed panel of esteemed guests who are just the most
Very esteemed.
High level of esteem.
Yeah.
To my
esteem is high. That would be me as pathogenic.
And then down here.
Yeah, like that.
Technology, it's fascinating.
Miraculous.
I could just do this. Down here with us, we have Illipsis, the man himself.
It's me. What's good, fellas? Thanks for having me.
Young Viral.
This way.
And as well.
Down there.
Beast Mode Champion.
Look at that.
The new.
Wow, how much fun is that to hear? Hey, you're there and you're like either hearing and still or and new.
Yes.
And they just drop that and new. And you're like,
yeah, it was a nice weight off the shoulders hearing that.
I bet.
And then he put the weight back on his shoulder with the belt.
Let's go.
Exactly. I don't want to hear it again for quite a while though.
Fair
after
enough.
That first time.
Oh, and we are going to get into it. God knows. We have these fine gentlemen helping us out because they were both there at the Beast Mode event in Toronto last weekend. It seems like just yesterday.
Yeah.
But last weekend, and it was full clip, and the clip, boy, they were full of bullets, I assume. I don't know what a clip is. So we're definitely going to run through that. But before we do that, I just have to say that, r/rap battles is, of course, the largest online forum for the international culture of battle rap. You can find us on Reddit, Twitter, Instagram, and on the official Discord server in the links below. It's the only place for fans to go for battle rap news from around the globe. What's up, Nate Sosa?
Hey, the guy himself.
Legend in the house. And this is what you get. These are the highest quality operating battle rap minds on the planet in one podcast. This is the top tier shit, top tier content for top tier viewers. Obviously, the people watching the show, you have to be in order to keep up. Just mental acuity through the roof. I mean, what would you say?
I would probably say that if we were looking at the IQ level of the people that are tuning in here, it's very, very high. And when I say very high, I mean, I don't know how high IQ numbers go, but probably the highest. They
decide whether or not Mensa will offer them a spot in Mensa. Those are viewers.
Couldn't have said it better myself because I am not a part of Mensa. So
you're very close. You turned it down. So it's the only place for fans to go for battle rap news from around the globe. We did that part, but now we get to the part that really takes it up to the next level. It really brings everything together. Everybody watching from all of the different continents and all of the different countries on the planet. What you want to do is you want to grab a liquid of some sort and, do something that has, that is voluminous here.
Yeah.
something I can smell that the coolness is near.
Yeah. You're waiting for me to jump in, but I'm not fucking doing it here.
Matt, you got
Oh.
one?
I'm performing uselessly here.
Everybody in the crew get a beer.
Woo.
Woo!
Join
That's
us
like
now.
he's the champ, that guy right there.
Champ level material. What's happening? Everybody cheers, everybody drinks at the same time, and boom, we're all together like Voltron. I'm sure that's how Voltron works. I never watched the show. So there's a few things that are happening in Battlerap today in the world of Battlerap that I thought we should just cover first. First of all, the big news is Organic has mentioned officially there will be a Pat Stay Memorial card happening in Halifax. Is that right? Is this going to be in?
I think this first one's going to be in Toronto now, he was talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I was wondering how they were going to do that. So good. It's going to be the big Toronto show that we all were expecting. And then, I don't know. I mean, there's lots of talk about cross-league promotion. Do you see that happening? Is this sort of like something where you expect URL and RBE and Organic to just lock arms and skip along the road to a successful Battlerap event together?
RBE? Yes. URL? To be decided, I'm sure. In my opinion. I mean, they might, who knows? Maybe they're going to show up and say, hey, we're having our own memorial event.
Right. That was always the question, it was like, who is going to do the memorial event? And obviously it should be KOTD. It feels like it should be. I don't think I'm
I think that's the obvious. It's the obvious choice.
But would they collaborate? And I think there's been collaboration before, right, between URL and KOTD.
Yeah, I mean the precedent I've seen cited that I think is applicable would be when Smack joined Organic on stage, and Blackout 5, right, for Charlie Clips and Conceited.
Right.
And I think with a figure like Pat, who is obviously such a transcendent figure in the community and the culture as a whole, I think, a memorial of that scale is probably what it would take to facilitate and kind of foster that collaboration, if not between the administration of the leagues, then at least of their respective talent pools.
True. Do you think like some guys would actually wiggle out of a URL contract to do this KOTD battle or something potentially?
Depends. I mean, it depends. I don't know the logistics necessarily of the exclusivity clauses people have, if there are any loopholes in that, right? But I feel like for the folks who are free agents, so to speak, it would be hard to say no to an event like this, just based on the nature of the event.
Apex, you're the Canadian champ. What are you saying? Are you going to answer when Ganek calls?
I don't think I have the ties necessary to be on something like that. Of course, I would do it. Pat Stay's like the greatest ever. But I would want to see a lot more names that were a lot closer to Pat on that card.
That makes sense.
Just to kind of give a send off, a performance that would be a lot more meaningful than something I would do on that card.
Very humble. I love that take. Lots of humility in that take. Ganek, my phone, I'll pick up whenever. You want me to come over there? I got puppets. I got all kinds of puppets. Pat would love it. But yeah, I think everybody's interested to see how much the collaboration goes in that way. RBE obviously, ARP is a great guy. He's going to work with Organic. I think there's no question there. And then you think about the history and where URL is at right now. Because let's talk about it. Like, there's been some controversy this week with URL and their battlers who are under contract or no longer under contract or not seeking new contracts. I mean, wasn't there, Pat, you were telling me a thing with Av? There was a big thing with Av this week.
Yeah, with Av and Swamp, news from both of them. Swamp saying that he was going to retire and that was going to be that. And Av saying he's not doing anything with URL anymore due to some friction that happened because of Chrome 23. And then you've got Nitty, who was also on that Chrome 23 card, who is also stepping away from URL for a period here. And then Geechee saying that he's doing his own thing now too. I mean, we haven't seen Jay the Nightwing on URL for a period of time either, whatever that is or the reason why. It's very interesting to see a lot of the names you would expect all of a sudden are just sort of dropping for various reasons.
That's true.
And I mean, ARP again also put something up on Twitter saying that there was a lot of people, a lot of the battlers that were on that Chrome 23 card from URL were experiencing friction and static from the staff. And so some of them are dealing with it in their own ways. But I guess that's, what do you do, right? I mean, the Chrome 23 card was pretty much just kings versus queens, which is a URL thing. And so for them to sort of just do another kings versus queens for someone else, you know, who knows? The URL team might not have been too fond of that.
But yet, you know, Chrome 23, they have ties to the industry, right? I mean, Remy Ma is like super connected and has a bunch of money. I think.
Who knows?
I gotta imagine there's a lot more benefit to URL being friendly with Chrome 23 than being adversarial at this point.
Well, and that's where it doesn't seem like it's adversarial with Chrome 23 so much as it's adversarial with their own talent for doing it. I don't know if maybe the talent didn't talk to URL beforehand before locking it in, or what it was about it. That's what it seems like, because I'm pretty sure Remy Ma was on Summer Madness, or there was something from Chrome 23 on Summer Madness, if not right around that same time. So
it's crazy. It's very spicy.
Either of you, have you?
I'm not very plugged in, so I'm just learning all this from you guys right now.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to show up in the next card.
Yeah, I'm taking notes.
I can see you. I can see it. Let's go. Yeah, I mean, the whole thing. I mean, Nat, what do you think?
No, it's interesting. Kind of the flip side of the talent that's, you know, expressing their dissatisfaction or is, you know, moving away from previous exclusivity is you've got guys like Bill Collector and ORED, who I was seeing Let's Talk Battlerap broke that they've just signed 2-year exclusivity contracts. And those are really interesting guys to lock in. And I think that kind of represents changing priorities in terms of the talent pool. Especially Bill Collector, he's coming off winning the King of the Dot season.
Sure.
So that's a huge coup and kind of an acquisition. And to sign someone like that, you have to think that, you know, this is a guy who just won $100,000. It's not a monetary incentive. I think it is the prestige that the platform still carries that's kind of a motivating factor for that.
It's so funny because we were talking about, like a couple of weeks ago or something like that, how when, you know, URL got this millions and millions of dollars, I don't even remember how much anymore, from Drake or Caffeine or however it worked out. It's a bit nebulous. We expected, okay, it's game over. These guys are going to throw free battle rap events for years. They're going to have enough money to pay everybody. And as that has evolved, you know, we're saying all of a sudden, you know, the Riot has blown up as a league, and Gates of the Garden has gotten bigger. iBattle has secured their spot. GTX has opened up. You know, like there seems to be, instead of consolidation into one monopoly, it's almost as if by getting all that money, they've empowered everybody else to step up in battle rap culture and take the next step into legitimacy, I imagine. I say legitimacy, but you know what I mean, right? Like there's fucking shitty leagues out there that are really a laundering front, and now they're actually leagues, I imagine.
I think a lot of that has to do. Sorry. A lot of that probably has to do with the app as well. If you go on the URL YouTube, there's not an abundance of battles dropping, so there is a bit of a vacuum where a league like GTX, a league like iBattle that's putting out 100 battles a week, like these leagues can all all prosper because URL isn't really putting out the content that they used to like that.
That's a good
Right.
point. That's a huge point. So there's a big audience there that they're just not tapping into anymore.
Yeah, and a lot of people would watch strictly URL, and now they can't.
Yeah.
Bootleg
And I think that
blown up. Sorry, go ahead, Nat.
goes back to the point with exclusivity as well, is there's value in that for URL if they can keep their talent exclusive, because then if you're a Geechee fan, the only place you're going to get Geechee battles is the URL app. As soon as something like the Riot starts popping up as an alternative vehicle, right, you're going to be able to see Geechee battle there. And suddenly, so I think that's the importance of exclusivity, is it really gives them that monopoly over certain talents, fan bases as well.
But if they can't keep it, then.
But that's therein lies the rub.
If I want to see A Ward versus Kichigati, I can just watch that for free whenever I want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do want to highlight as well. Ellipsis was saying the importance of exclusivity. He's saying exclusivity, not XQZ, because XQZ has no importance.
Exclusivity.
Yeah, he has no importance.
Okay, we're gonna go in 2023. Let's set it up. Somebody somehow. Let's keep it moving. Just go up to. We'll just travel up north. There's a small country above America. I don't know if you guys know. It's called Canada. I might be pronouncing it wrong. Something like that. But red and white flag. Lots of hosers and. And what happened? They the CRB, the full card was released.
Correct.
Disagree, but I mean,
yeah.
It's current enemy of the show. What's up?
Steve is the current arch nemesis of my life.
So have you guys seen the CRB card?
I have not, no. So you're breaking it to me live.
Oh shit. It's brand new. The CRB.
And Apex knows at least one match.
Yeah, I know one or two. No, I've seen the announcements as they come out. I haven't seen the full card consolidated, so I don't know exactly everything on it, but I have seen lots of the announcements come out.
Well, it's there's a cool match on there that I really like, and it's Apex versus
Xavier.
That's what I said. Who is the CRB champion? So it's a champion versus champion match. Is there a little side bet? Is there a little something else fun going on there?
There can be. There isn't at this point. There can be, if that's something that people want to do.
Spicy.
It's it's gonna be a cool match. Xavier's he's fun to watch. Sometimes he's very charismatic. But that's how I feel about him.
As possible.
I don't want to trash the kid,
For real.
Okay, here's the important
fun.
question. The important question is, who's got the better belt?
Ooh.
Well, this is the only belt, so there is no other belts.
Is there no CRB
I don't
belt?
think they even have a belt. I think it was like you with Smoke Deck. They just said that you're the champ and didn't give you anything.
They gave you something.
They gave you a
A
chain.
wallet chain.
They gave you a chain? A wallet chain? Damn.
I actually took that chain and melted it down and made this one out of it.
No way.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, when everything went down and fuckface went all off the rocker, I was like, okay, cool, you're not getting it back, and I'm melting it down and making it into this.
Like a biohazard? What's going on there? Is there a little?
Yeah, it's a biohazard.
Sick. Well, pathogenic, man. That's the real shit.
Oh.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's for those up here, that's a little overheads.
Right.
Like a chain
For the
goes
Mensa
overhead, I feel. That's a double meaning. That's a double.
Bars in there somewhere.
I can't even stop being great. Sorry.
But yes, the CRB match is going to be fantastic. Definitely. A lot of the card is out, and it's huge. Huge for Ontario, huge for Canada.
This is Capital Punishment?
Capital Punishment 7, yeah.
Yes.
Capital Punishment 7.
Yes.
For those who have yet to be punished capitally. It is up on Verse Tracker, which is where I get all my information, but not the full graphic for the card for sure. There seems to be a lot of got a gorillas. Let's go.
Yeah, it's a day 1 and a day 2, and pretty much everyone from Alberta that doesn't have anywhere to battle anymore is making it out to CRB to battle them. So Censored will be there, Billboard will be there from Ontario, Johnny Knox, and Kamikaze too, and Jebediah.
Dope. Good to see stuff from them. I really like Kamikaze. I think he's like, he's one of those guys who like is funny and knows how to clown somebody. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he's been around since King of the Dot Calgary was happening, right? Like he's been around forever, so he knows exactly what to do to win a battle.
Yeah. And Final Word is on that card too. I don't know if you guys like know Final Word, but
he's a beast mode guy. He's out here all the time. Okay. He actually battled Xavier on a previous card a few events ago, and did really well, and then had a rough ending to his third round. So, yes, unfortunately, it was like almost a breakout performance until that happened. So, it sucks to see.
So close.
But
are you guys
Final
all
Word?
gonna go? Sorry.
What do you mean, all of us?
Like, I just imagine Ottawa's not very far away. You guys could just pile into the Beast Mode van, the Beast Mode Beal.
Man, have you seen the card? It's gonna happen like that. Yeah, it's like half Beast Mode on there. So if you're a Beast Mode fan in Ottawa, this is the event to come to.
Day
for sure.
Is CRB versus Beast Mode, and day 1 is Gutter Gorillas Bad Action versus CRB. So
amazing.
Yeah.
All right, we got to get all 4 leagues together someday. How many leagues do we have?
3.
We'll make up a 4th league just so it's even. Anyways, very exciting card. Looks like it's going to be a lot of fun.
Prehistoric and Thesaurus was just announced too, which is the main event. So.
Oh yeah.
Spicy.
Now I am. I have thoughts, but let me preface it with this because this is a strategy thing more than anything. Personally, I love Prehistoric. I love Pepe and everybody who's a promoter for the culture and building and creating leagues and stuff like that. You're gonna stop me?
I'm gonna stop you quick because I know where you're going with it because you and I have had this talk before. Prehistoric is not running CRB the same. Like he's one of a team that's now running it. He's not the sole gentleman in charge anymore.
That's very handy. Because that would be my only thing. Is that, like obviously much respect to everybody and the teams that organize this stuff. I've been on both sides of the curtain and I know how difficult it is. But for me, the challenge was in maintaining a good level of communication with my roster. And like the battlers, you don't see people for 3-4 months at a time. You can get different ideas in your head and all of a sudden, somebody is upset with the last battle they got, or they're upset with not being reached out to for something, or, it seems like you're constantly juggling, with your talent. And it's always tenuous. And if you are the promoter and you're working to build these guys' careers, and you are also a battler, I think there's a lot of conflict that just comes with that territory. And it's really difficult to navigate. So good luck to them, because this is a young roster out here and they need to come together. The number one thing for us in Vancouver over the years has been guys getting good and then leaving. Just that's it, or mismanagement, previous regimes. I'm not going to name names. We all know what's up, but it's the community is everything. I think that's the thing that everybody can agree on is the fact that, we're chill with each other. We come together for this thing that we love, and we're united because of it. And when there's division there, then it falls apart and sometimes never comes back. Sometimes it's gone, There's lots of places have had battle rap and don't anymore.
Yeah. A key in the like what you're talking about, which is like I'm assuming what you're alluding to is like promoters booking themselves bigger matches than a lot of people on the roster, which has definitely happened a lot throughout battle rap. But I think the key is a balance. Like if you're booking bigger matches for yourself and not your roster, that's when it becomes a problem, right? Whereas this CRB card, I don't think that's happening because there's a lot of very cool matches on this card. A lot of people got very good matches, good looks, and CRB has been giving people good looks like that. So I don't think it's as much of a conflict of interest as you'll see in some other cases.
If they found a way to mitigate that, then that's cool. Like I think the only concern is, is this what am I gonna say? What am I trying to say here? Is this sustainable? That's really what it is. So we put it in jeopardy. And if they've got like you said, if they're tight knit, if they're all working together, pushing in the same direction, should be fine. I wish for them the best.
They saved some money not having me on the card too, so
a little bit. Not everybody's got 100K, so and Illipsis extremely spicy, extremely expensive. Let's keep it moving. There is a I was gonna cover this. I don't know why I put this in here, but Battlerap Africa is announced a 3 battle card that's going to be dropping in a bit.
So Apex and Ellipsis, tell us your thoughts on the 3 battle card from Battlerap Africa.
Is
or a Blacklit
my boy Gaddafi on it?
Gaddafi is not, but G-Zone is main event versus Queen.
Let's go. Let's go. You can't hate him.
If you
there we go.
Get moved up, G-Zone loses to Gaddafi, and then all of a sudden, main event. So
that's his unhateability is his secret strength. It's propelling him to stardom.
You can't hate me. You can't hate me. So anyways, really good. Shouts out to Battlerap Africa. Looks really tight. I love their promo and their graphics and stuff. And I'm looking forward to a lot of that. Wilson is on the bottom of the card. He's going to be going up against Blacklit Pastor. I like Wilson a lot. I think he's really dope. So we'll see how he follows up his performance versus the last guy that he battled. Super on it, super on top of it. Anyways,
Wilson 3.
There we go.
Perfect. I saw
his opponent.
I think that's all we got for international news. Apologies to the world, to the globe, if we've missed your tiny little corner of the earth. But, let's get to the brass tacks, what we came here for. Toronto, Beast Mode, last weekend, full clip. What a huge event. I think it was really looked at and promoted as the biggest event in Canada for the year. And looked like that with the matches, just really super impressive. Apex, you want to tell us a bit about how the event came together and your thoughts on it?
Yeah, sure. The event just started, I think, was built mainly around Jo and Cortez, which Jo has been needing a match like that for a while.
So good.
In my opinion. For quite a long while. I know he's been taking time off and doing matches here and there. But this was a breakout moment for Jo, and he definitely capitalized on it. And I think it was kind of built around that. Obviously, Pepe and Thesaurus was supposed to happen, but there was some complications there, which is fine. A couple matches fell through. The title match, Ellipsis coming out and giving Dysfunctional another big shot, which is something he's earned over quite a few great performances. And just some standout guys getting things that they deserve, I think, was this event.
What happened with the matches that didn't make it?
I think there was a Don Marino, which was the whole hurricane situation going on. He had family and stuff like that. Was obviously something completely understandable and is going to get made up in the future, as far as I know, as well as I think it was Tycoon Tax's battle got this. Yes, YBS.
Lou Castro.
The same thing. Yeah. And obviously those are understandable things, so no one can really
real life shit
be upset about that. But otherwise, it was a great event. Everything that happened was super fun to watch, and top of the line beast mode, I'd say.
Quality. The venue. What kind of venue is it?
Dude, it's a cool ass venue. I don't know if you want to feel this one, Pex, but I love battling in it. It's like a refurbished. It used to be a projector theater turned bicycle repair shop turned venue, which is my kind of vibe. The acoustics were fantastic. It's really intimate. Fun to battle in for sure.
Yeah, it's exactly what he said. It's a nice gritty environment. All the tones are like a dark brown. It looks dirty in there, and it makes the footage look cool, I think. And there's a little raised stage, so it makes the pit look more of like a cool, I don't know. It's a great vibe and great environment in that old bike shop, man. Come on out to Beast Mode if you want to see it.
Is this the room, or is the room a different place?
The room was a different place.
The room is a different place. That no longer exists. If you didn't battle in the room, I apologize. You will not get to.
That's it.
Similar things can be said about the shed here in Alberta. If you didn't battle in the shed, then the shed is no longer existing. So
the barn, is that where Cody the Catch battled Craig Maven?
That is where Pepe battled Craig Maven.
Was that barn?
I heard the story.
I battled in the shed once.
All right.
Yeah.
What do we have in Vancouver? The estuary? What will we do?
we used to have the Cock. The Cock was like our iconic venue, and then R.I.P.
Man,
the Cock is no more.
Clock.
Great. Pause. But yeah, I never battled at the Cock.
Did you never?
No, because I did my first smoked out once you guys changed.
After this podcast, I'm gonna go battle the Cock in the bathroom, I think.
Oh.
That's a pause.
We're talking about the green room. I think that's what, if we had one in Vancouver, it'd be the green room. That just came to me. I should like form a battle rap league around that idea now. Maybe someday. But the barn, the shed, the room, this venue, really dope. Tell us about the title match, because you went in there against a guy who is, out here talking online about being the best in Canada, and he was on a tear. I feel like he was very much rapping at people.
Yeah. Talking about A1, I think he might have one of the best pens in Canada. I think that the style clash favored me. It's like battle rap, rock, paper, scissors, like punching beats super intense writing, jokes beats punching, and super intense writing beats jokes. It's just the way that the crowds perceive things like that. I think I overpowered him. There was like performance and things like that, but his writing was phenomenal. I loved a lot of the things he said, especially watching it back. He's great. I suggest anyone to watch an A1 battle. But yeah, I think when it came down to it, stylistically, I had the edge, and I delivered on what I was supposed to do.
Did you feel that going in, like when you're in the middle of the battle? Are you like, okay, or you're like, oh, I don't know what the fuck these judges are gonna do about this one?
Well, I think I've stated pretty publicly that I was not the biggest fan of the crowd we received. Watching it back is a little better on camera, but in the moment, I was feeling like I was getting no love. I was like, God damn, like, does my shit suck or what is happening?
Were they tired at the end of the night or something like that?
Yeah, well, you guys
Yeah,
were
we
in
were
a
very
tough
end of the
slot,
night.
exactly.
Right after Cortez and Jo. So that had the crowd going crazy. And then we went, and I said a couple things. I think at one point you see me like swear at the crowd uh, after my first round. But hey, I did my part, and watching it back, the crowd actually did have some energy. So I apologize for swearing at them. But in the moment, I didn't know how it was going to go. In the moment, I didn't know what way the decision was going to go. Watching it back, and I can see why it went my way.
Right. Yeah, I've always felt that you were, when I watched your style and you battled, that it was a style that was conducive to judged battling. Like when you battle somebody, it's you're versus them. You know, it's not performance art like some of these fucking battlers do. It's like this is a competitive style that's going to, you know, beat my opponent.
Yeah, of course, I see it. I see it as that, especially a title match, right? Because that is what it is. A lot of other battles you can look at as a performance art, but this one specifically is a lot more competitive.
So do you see yourself holding on to the title, or will you retire now as champ and make them melt a new belt? Forge a new
I'm
belt.
keeping it. I'm never bringing it back.
You're gonna reforge it into something like this, yeah?
Yeah. No, I'm gonna hold on to it for a while. I think after A1, there's not really anyone in the league that can beat me for it, other than like if a franchise or Joey comes back. I don't see it happening. That's mine.
Do you see the aforementioned always talked about Jo versus Apex battle finally happening for the belt?
Maybe at some point. I mean, it would be a little weird. JO's had his 2 title matches already. For him to just get a title match against every new champ is a little weird. But JO's great. I think he might have earned it against Cortez. I don't know if it's something he wants, but if he does, we can do it. It'd be a bit of a grudge match. It'd be fun.
Would you just hold on to the belt then for next year? Are you looking for any matches in particular, or are you want to develop some rookies, or like where's your head at as the new champ?
I'd like to see a little bit more standout performances before anyone gets a title shot. I wouldn't be opposed to doing it whenever they call, but I think there needs to be a standout number 1 contender that might not be there right now.
That's fair. But
do you think dysfunctional after Red Flag and Ellipsis?
I think Ellipsis kind of worked him, but that's no, dysfunctional might after give him a couple more battles in league instead of like a Red Flag or an Ellipsis. Let him prove himself against one of the other guys who might feel like they have a number 1 contender spot, and if he does good, sure.
Right. I think that's the thing too. You know, we talk about this often, how when you're matched up against a really high profile name or a really big opponent, it's like being an underdog gives you a perspective on writing and preparing that's different from when you're giving somebody a look or when you're, you know, battling somebody for the league. And for people to have big standout performances inside the league is almost as difficult. I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm not part of any league. Is there a minimum amount of battles? Like, could one of the CRB guys come over and just be like, hey, I'm actually really, really good, have 1, maybe 2 battles, and then they get a title shot? Or is it sort of like, you've got to be beast mode?
Just say what you're really thinking, Coach.
Can I have a title shot?
You want to know if I can go over there and battle Apex for the belt? Weezy already said I was the number 1 contender when I left.
I don't know.
I don't know
right?
I don't know if there's a minimum amount of battles. I think it has to be very clear that you are part of the roster. So however many battles that takes, or however many events you coming out to be at, even like you could have 2 battles, but you're at 4 or 5 events, and it's evident that you're part of the roster. to get a title shot. But you got to stand out, you know. And I don't think Pathogenic stands out like that. So I don't.
I got voice notes of Apex saying some wild ass shit that I could totally just
just expose him.
Yeah,
that's not true.
It's not my voice.
That's not true.
Is doing a great job developing talent as well, right? They've got new guys coming in. I heard there was a guy, Tin Man, who was getting a lot of hype from the last event. Do you feel like there's been a good system of development for new faces?
Yeah, of course. And with any smaller league, it is harder to find talent than some people would believe. But there's definitely an influx of new guys, an influx of guys that stay and improve, especially from the point where we started, right? Like it was me, A1, Yaz. These are all new faces at that point in time. And then since then, the amount of new faces is crazy. You have Tin Man, who's almost a brand new guy who's standing out. You have people like Illy, people like Chili Palms, Uncle Buzz, like all these new faces, even newer than us. So yeah, I'd say a lot of them have become staples in the league. So yeah, I think we're doing a great job developing talent. I would like to see some of the talent go further, but as far as that, it's gonna happen.
You mean like traveling? You mean like getting out there, getting around?
Yeah, of course. Like get some of those pushes from bigger leagues, like. But it is something that comes with time, right?
Right. Cool.
I'd like to see like a Jo on a King of the Dot card, yes. Stuff like that.
Yes. Big fan of Jo. Jo, friend of the show. Nat, what was your beast mode experience like? This is your debut on the league, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, first and foremost, absolutely just nothing but love and gratitude to the league. I feel like from beginning to start, really just the hospitality, the warmth of the welcome I was received with, just really appreciate that and would say it's the gold standard. So for any battlers watching who haven't hit the platform yet, I highly recommend and encourage you to show them some love. And yeah, man, it was a fun event to go out to. Like I said, it was a cool venue. Really enjoyed performing in it, and it was cool seeing a lot of cats that I wasn't as familiar with and getting exposed to them for the first time.
Oh shit! Some rookies caught your eyes, or some vets? What are you looking at?
A bit of both. I mean, I'm definitely one of those guys who's not super plugged into what's dropping. I need to become more of a follower of this show and get my battle IQ up. But no, it was tight seeing Bossman is a character. Love that guy. His battle with Heaven Soldier that opened it up. Super fun. He's got a really good energy and kind of knowledge of his identity as a battler, which is really refreshing. I feel like him and somebody like Thieves would be just gut splitting. And then Mac and Gino, unfortunate there is some kind of choking happens that detracted from the momentum of the battle, but the material they were both getting off was crazy. Like Mac especially, some of the shit he had in his third was hitting differently from standard battle material. So definitely looking forward to seeing that back. Obviously the champ and the former champ, that was a very cool battle to get to witness in person as well, because you're seeing something a little more monumental. It's literally a part of the league history, right? Fast. So it was definitely humbling to get to see that and to get to judge that as well. Was very cool.
You were
and then nice. I was one of the judges, yeah. So, I mean, based on what Max was saying, I think he's not wrong that he was really commanding the energy and the momentum of the battle a little bit more. So I did ultimately end up giving it to him just off of how direct he was being. I thought his performance connected a little better, especially in the room. It's always interesting to see how those things look on cam, but I thought that it was relatively decisive and kind of made my job as a judge easy in the moment. And then Cortez and Jo, man, like obviously that's a look Jo's been more than deserving of for a while, and was very cool to see him get that opportunity and get to make the most of it, especially against a vet like Cortez. Like Cortez did not slack, brought his A game to the league, and obviously very cool to just see someone of his stature who's still showing that love to the smaller leagues as well.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, he didn't phone it in. That was the one thing I remember talking to Jo about before the event. I was just like, man, this is your big moment, and I really hope that Cortez gives you that big moment, right? Because it's up to him. He could have just gone in there, phoned it in, and then he could have been, yeah, you're the guy that had a great battle on your side with a terrible Cortez, but he showed out and really put on. It was a great battle on both ends. So
facts, yeah, no, super stoked for Jo. Proud of how he did, and yeah, nothing but looks for him from here on out.
And then there was one more battle on the card too, wasn't there?
Oh, say word. I mean, I feel like I'm not the most objective commentator for the last match on the card, but I mean, I liked what I did. I feel like people liked what I did, and I liked what Dysfunctional did, man. Like he's definitely shows a lot of promise. I think he's very clever with how he approaches his angles. His pen is really sharp, and I think it's cool that even in the preparation I did when I was watching his battles, I liked what he did against Locust. I liked what he did against Red Flag. But, you know, as somebody studying your opponent, you're looking for the holes in the game. And they were there. And I devised some strategies around that. And then get into the ring with this guy. And he's like, oh, he's patched that up. Well, shit. I kind of wasn't banking on that. But it's cool. So he's definitely developing his craft in a good way, and I think he's cognizant of what he needs to do to continue to improve. And I think he's already a problem. He's going to be more of a problem for a lot of cats in the future.
Super fire review. I wanted to ask you, especially because when we talked about your last battle versus XQZ on No Coast, it wasn't exactly the way that you had planned to execute. And I knew that you maybe wanted to, like, I don't know, try something different or shore up some stuff on your end. Do you feel like you did that with this battle?
I think so. And again, like I'm inclined to think so. I'm not super objective in that regard. But no, I definitely kind of the same, right? You look at the game tapes and you see potentially the gaps in your own craft. And that was something I really did have to sit down with after the XQZ battle specifically and see, you know, what can I rejig? How do I make this work a little better for me? And I think it worked. I mean, I was really fortunate to have such a receptive crowd in Beast Mode. I think the energy and the community there was really a boon to my performance overall. But I think I also did things a little bit differently this time around, and I'm excited for people to see that. Oh, facts, Pepe. We got to get vegan again. That was fire.
You guys eating vegan together. Cool.
Yeah, Ellipsis did great. Absolutely great. With some of the most like quality quotables you'll ever see in Cadence. And Dysfunctional stepped up again, just like he did in the Red Flag battle. And everyone can see that he did that. So it's a great battle. Can't wait for it to drop.
Underrated with Ellipsis because he's so well known for his intricate rhyming and how he writes and his intelligence level, which is shown in his writing. I don't think that there's anyone else that's quite as funny in the way that Ellipsis is when he battles. Like he's so great at finding this funny idea and taking it and being like, yeah, okay, this is how I'm going to portray it, and it just connects like instantly.
Humor
like something about the blue flag where you were talking about his gun being gay. So
gay gun. Yeah.
Like I would never in a million years have thought of that, and so that's one of those like very unique Ellipsis humor things where it's underrated how funny you are as a battler. So
Appreciate that. I'm glad that resonates because I know it's an acquired taste, but if you get it, you get it.
So I want to ask, is this what, your second battle this year? Only 2 battles this year?
That's it. Yeah. No, it's been a little quieter than I would have liked. Just logistically, some things didn't work out. I mean, we had me and Show on the books and Van that didn't go through. We had some other things that weren't fully announced, but were pretty much set in motion that unfortunately just couldn't get completed as we'd hoped. But 2023 is looking like it'll be a little bit more active for me. So I'm definitely looking to touch down on a couple more platforms and just get a couple more dubs under the belt.
That was my follow-up. Are you looking at other leagues, traveling, doing a bit more traveling in 2023, or you want to go back home and, try and educate some youngsters?
Bit of both. I mean, my main priority's always been getting a spotlight on our scene locally, making sure people are tapping in and, getting to see all of the talent that we're developing, because I think we're a fantastic scene and a fantastic community, and I always want to put more eyes on that and get more people out here to see just how special we are. But then another vehicle for that is to take the show on the road. And, if you can't bring them to you, I'll, hit my line, Peppy. We'll talk about it. Yeah, it's rough. Sorry, gang. But yeah, no, it's wild. I think I'm coming up on, it's going to be like 4 years since my last home game, which is absurd. Like, I need to get that Lanalu's debut. So we're definitely going to set that up.
Was Arcane your last battle at home?
Yeah.
That's wild.
In 2019, man.
Yeah.
Which is such a good battle.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, man. I remember thinking, boy, man, Illipsis is going to kill Arcane. And Arcane was incredible.
This fucking guy shows up and he's good. And I've got rounds about his pasta guns.
It was so impressive.
Shit, yes. Cannoli.
We have a good time. For real. Okay, dope. Well, that's really fire. I mean, I love having you guys on. This has been really dope. Just covering the full clip. Excited for Beast Mode's next card and their development and what they're doing over there. Very cool stuff. We've got, I don't know if you guys watched the battles this week, but there's we started doing Battle of the Week again. And what it is all the battles that get submitted to r/rap battles, they're nominated for the Battle of the Week honors, in which the winner gets $0, but they get their battle put in the top corner of the subreddit for the week until they're replaced by the next Battle of the Week winner. Ellipsis, I think you have a couple Battle of the Weeks at least from previous rounds years ago. But Path, you're too new. Sorry, buddy. And this week is a number of battles. I don't know if you guys have seen O Solo versus Floss to Boss on Gates of the Garden. Have you guys seen that?
I haven't, which is, I've been remiss, because if there's an O Solo battle, I gotta watch it.
Can I just ruin it for you right now? Your bitch got kidnapped by a group of mimes.
Why did you say that like Jimmy Fallon?
What they did to her was unspeakable.
Let's go. Put him in a box.
I think that's Battle of the Week winner, personally, just off that line alone. We got Real Sick versus Red Flag. Bobby Rex versus Fate just dropped on Premier Battles. Next versus Mac Myron was The Riot, and that was earlier this week. Marv 1 versus Satire dropped on GTX. So kind of a fucking strong week, to be honest.
That was a great one.
That's crazy.
The Saga versus Don Marino did a Wrestling Mars only battle, so that's immediately disqualified. So, and
Get that garbage out of here.
Sorry, we want that shit. And then Homeschool versus Lord Giovanni was also dropped. So I battled with 2 strong candidates this week. Let's go Path first. Path, who did you have for Battle of the Week?
My Battle of the Week was Satire and Marv 1.
Oh yeah, that was fun, hey?
It was great. And the reason I had it as the Battle of the Week was just because of the return factor of Satire and how it seemed like he didn't really skip a beat. Like he was fantastic. A little bit grind timey still, but overall I thought it was really good. And then Marv 1 had a absolutely stellar performance. He's really been on a tear lately, old Mr. Wonderful. So
he really has. It's dope. Yeah, it was a dope piece of content.
That was my Battle of the Week.
Bang! Ellipsis, what did you have?
I've watched a whopping 2 of these, which I need to rectify because there's some like bangers on that list that are definitely on my to watch list. Marvin Sad, chief among them. Bobby Rex and Fate, I definitely want to check out as well. Now that I know there's no solo battle, I gotta watch that shit instantly. But I mean, of the ones I watched, a Homeschool and Geo, the writing, the craft, just the sheer level of pen in that, and then just the wholesomeness of their third rounds and trying to reconcile supporting each other with, but I also rap better. I love those guys. It's adorable. But no, the writing is on another level, so that's got to be it for me.
Yeah, replay values through the roof. Apex, what do you got?
I got Flag and Real Sick. I think for a one-rounder, it's a fun watch, nice and concise. Flag did amazing. Sick did amazing. Like everything you could expect from both of them. It's a great watch.
For a one-rounder, it was really good, really intense. Definitely felt that. And I had I don't know, maybe Bobby Rex versus Fate. Bobby is he's does this thing we were talking about like battle rap, where he doesn't necessarily need to punch or do all the crazy wordplay. Like Archaic, we were talking about Archaic does this, where it's like, I'm gonna say stuff to you that has an impact. I'm just gonna say shit to you that people are gonna resonate with. And it's like such a nebulous. I use nebulous twice.
The little insight that I have for Bobby and Fate, I'm standing there beside Fate, obviously because International's got to stick together, and I watch Bobby start, and he goes through his FATE acronyms, and he's doing like one after the other, back to back to back, all of them different. And then later in the night, I find out that Bobby doesn't write any of his material. He comes up with all of it in his head, like structures it in his head and does it all in his head. And so that blew me away, because now I'm thinking about how hard it would be without writing it down to come up with acronym words for FATE and have it go smoothly throughout the first whole half of that round. So that a little bit of insight on the mind of the animal Bobby Rex.
Wild.
That's spooky.
I know Lou Cypher does that too, or he started to do that after his Loso battle. And it's like, I've sort of been toying with it as well. Like, how do I, no, I'm going to write this out. But like, what a crazy skill and a unique talent. So we would decide normally who wins Battle of the Week, but we built an AI for that. So this is the future. That's what we do here. And we got the r/rap battles official AI, which I didn't even need to plug in the Battle of the Week contenders this week. I just plugged it into the Wi-Fi. So now our AI is learning from the internet, and it just told us who the winner was. And it has, Marv 1 versus Sat from GTX is Battle of the Week winner. Just totally legitimate choice. This AI is just like growing so quickly.
I love artificial intelligence.
Real. So we'll keep tabs on that as we go. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for rolling through for the Bodycast this week. It's
thank you. It was really cool having 2 battlers that I would definitely beat in a battle on the show. Respect to both of you for being on here, even though
Cope and Ellipsis are that'd be
so good. That's all for this week. Remember to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and join the Discord link in the sidebar. Ellipsis, you got social media? You're down here.
Oh, I sure do. At Ellipsis HVB, everywhere that matters, and nowhere that doesn't.
Facts. That means
that was
literally
gangster.
nothing. And Apex, are you on any social media that we know of? Should we just text
Yeah,
you?
we can do. Just shoot me a text. Any fans, whatever. At Apex Beast Mode on Twitter. I'll reinstall it. I'm sorry.
Do it. Get in there for all the promo. That's all for this week, and thank everybody for tuning in. If you happen to be browsing and your mouse goes near the subscribe button or the like button, I'm gonna give it a click. Maybe sometimes it's a thing that happens.
Yeah, and if not, we're gonna make the battle of the week bot artificial intelligence, because it's connected to the Wi-Fi now, and it's going to connect to your computers, and it's going to like and subscribe for you. So that's a breach of.
It's going to do Skynet.
Great steps. See, I'm pretty sure that I can just pull the plug before it gets to Skynet. I don't know computers that well, but I'm pretty sure we'll be all right. And that's it for this week. So thanks everybody, and we'll catch you next time.